Hello and welcome back to Counterattack at Schmidt from TCS title Objective Schmidt. It's the 8 o'clock turn, and as it's an hour turn, we've got a couple of extra things to do. But first up, in the command phase, we're looking at the op sheets. Both the American and German's accrued turns are now up to 6 each. The Americans only accrued 1 this turn because they've been under attack. The Germans got 2 turns because as yet it only affects the 2nd battalion over here and they've not been fired on, so they're both up to 6. The Americans are trying to get into a prepared defence, so they need 65 or better. Nope. As the Germans are trying to change their line of attack, they've got actually they're at now 64. Not a lot of change. Now, in some ways I'm not sure, given how things are going, I might not even roll for them on this turn. I think I'm just going to accrue, so if I do need to switch I can, but actually as these are about to go into the attack, I think I'm going to hold off and see how the initial attack works out. I think we're looking well, and we've only got till 11 o'clock, so it would take quite a while to redeploy down there, and that might actually be the best thing anyway. So I'm not going to roll for them. As I mentioned, I've rolled for the weather already. It's heavy fog, so maximum visibility 3 hexes. So this is going to be up close and personal. Now, not much chance of spotting anything that isn't close up. The last thing you do in the command phase on an hour turn is reduced battalion morale. Neither side has lost any units, but one thing I don't think I mentioned in the first video was actually there's a special rule that the Americans here are unsupplied. They kind of got well ahead of their supply chain, and the whole idea of bringing supplies up to the Americans was being throttled by the fact they had to get everything through the Carl Trail. So these units are basically only living off what they brought with them. Unsupplied basically means battalion morale can't reduce, so you can never roll for that for the Americans. It also means that the mortars are slightly more likely to run out 11, 12 or 13 as opposed to 11 or 12. And if you did get to the prepared defence, you don't get to lay minefields. I'm not sure that's going to be that relevant. So there we are, that's the command phase over. We're now on to the aircraft and artillery. Heavy fog again means the Americans are not going to get any help from aeroplanes, but we'll just consider now where we want to place our artillery. Okay, limited ability to use artillery due to poor line of sight and everyone getting close. Only the Germans can call in artillery on the Americans in the north of Schmidt. These two can't actually see each other. This hex is blocking them, so they can't get any other artillery in here, and everybody else is too suppressed or would be bringing it down themselves. So only this one to resolve, and the Germans are going to call this a fast fire. So that would give me double the firepower at cost of 3 times the ammunition. So let's see how this this lands. Germans are 10, so I need 41 or better for a good shoot. 31, nope, I've got a bad shoot. So bad shoots would normally let's flip that. So it's a bad shoot, and bad shoots automatically scatter as well, so working on the basis that that is 1 counting around that way, it's scattering this way. This could be very bad news. 1 to 3 for 1 hexes, 2 is that, so I've got double firepower. Fortunately, it was a bad shoot, so we're not going to affect each other too much. So this would be, it's all halved but then doubled again. So it's going to be 10 in here and 5 in, sorry, that's 5, so it's 10 doubled to 20 and then 10 around here. So nothing is going to get the 20. Let's see what damage we do to ourselves first. And oh, there's mainly tanks, so it's going to be the infantry that's most at risk. 10 strength for the infantry in the open. So what's going to happen there? 30 strix at 10 is a morale check for this guy. He's got a morale of 2, but actually he's not in the attack zone, so morale of 2, 46 or less. What a rubbish that is. So he's ended up suppressed. Caught out the open zone artillery. I'll put him under in a minute. And then we've got 3 point attacks. I need a 10. It's a bad shoot, but it's a fast fire, so they cancel each out. So 3 goes to get 10 or more, or avoid getting 10 or more. Oh no! And we've blown up 2 of our own tanks. Let's get the. Let's put them on here. So this is the first. So that's 1, and then 2. No morale check just yet, but if I lose another one, that's 6 points to the Americans. Oh, this is a disaster for the Germans. And then 3 more goes are getting 10, well, avoiding it. Oh, and another one. Oh dear, this is terrible. So when we trigger that, we've now got a battalion morale of 1. So we now get a morale check. Need to avoid rolling a 1, 3. So at least we didn't all retreat. Let's see what 10 does to suppressed Americans in there. So it's -3, -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 3. So I need to get 44 or better for any effect whatsoever. 51. Well, at least a morale check. But with 2, morale of 2, and they're not an artillery attack zone, they're not paralysed, they are protected, so that's 1. So as long as I can avoid a 54 or more, I'm okay. I am. Right, well, thoroughly unimpressed with the German shooting there. 3 shots to knock out 3 of their own tanks and suppress 1 of their infantry. Rubbish. Okay, let's move swiftly on to the action phase for initiative. 6 for the Americans, 3 for Germans, so the Americans get to move first. Let's have a quick consider and then we'll be back to see how that plays out. Right, limited room for the Americans to manoeuvre, but a couple of things I'm going to do. Firstly, I think I need the ability to try and spot for artillery at the top here, so he's going to go 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2, 3 to there. Try and get up here and spot, and I won't bother flipping him, but this is going to go, because it's pretty clear where they're going, so to there as well, to actually to here, to lend some support for this and meet that attack. What are we doing? That attack head on. The other thing I need to do is I need to try and knock these back out of Schmidt. So I'm going to risk moving up to see if I can get at this one. He'll have a shot at me first, but if I can survive I can have a shot back with a whole lot of mortars and everything as well. So that's the plan. So here we go, into there. Right, Germans can now call down some fire. Well, they can't do anything as far, so it's going to be this guy. So that's 4 plus 3 more, 7. He only gets -3, but +2 for move mode, so -1, and then a +4 for the not +2 for the range. So it's a +1. So 7 + 1 takes me to 9 to 10. So I need 25 or better to have some effect. Ouch! 63. 63 is a step loss. Let's see how he does on his morale. That's 3, 4 now. 4, but down to 3 because he's in there. 41 or better, 41 or below. 43, he is suppressed. Marvellous. So that didn't work out right, which means he can't spot for artillery. I'm going to have another go. This may be stupid, but we need to try and force these out. Same again, flip, moving in. This time is only partly protective, so the move cancels that out. +2 on 7. So 11 or 13, so I need 23 or more to have an effect. Ouch, this is good shooting from the Germans. This is a first turn. So again, morale check. Let's flip him over because he's not going any further. Another 4, 3, 42 or 31 or less. No. I have a feeling this probably wasn't very clever. We have right. Now the other alternative I've got is I can try and shoot with these suppressed units just to try and get some damage going. It's going to draw op fire in from people, but I've got this guy well and truly in the crossfire. So although this could well hurt me from a number of other angles, I think it's got to be worthwhile. So what do I have? I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 +2, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12, that's 4, 14. So 14 from this. Start at 14. He is in protective, so that's -3. The fires are all suppressed, it's another -2. But it's crossfire, so it's +2, and it's range 1, so it's +2. So back up to 11 or 13. I need 23 or more to have some effect on him. Oh, you're joking. Right, that's pretty rubbish. So I'm assuming as these both fire, they both create an overwatch opportunity, so they both get a chance to fire back as an SFA. So first I suppose I should mark them fired. Hold up please. And now I get to fire back. Right, which is the best fire to go for? These still can't. This would be 437 with a, he's got a +2. This is 10, but only a +1, and then all the other modifiers. So for the +2, 10 +1 is exactly the same. Over here I've got a 15, which is probably the best one to fire at this. That's what I'll do with this. So 15, they're suppressed, and they're in, that's a -5, so but it's a +1, so -4, so 15 with a -4, 1, 2, 3, 4 takes the 6th column. I need 34 more to have some effect, any effect at all. 51 is another morale check on this lot. So worst morale is a squad with a morale of 5. 10 to 4, so he needs, well, 34 or better. They stay suppressed. He just needs to avoid a 63 or something to have to run away. 51 stays suppressed. And against this guy, well, this one seems to be having a good time of it, so I'll give him another shot. 7 though, with -5 with all the modifiers, so he needs 46 or better to have some effect. 31, no. So that is the end of that. Right, end of the Americans' turn. Time to hand over to the Germans, so they can get rid of their fire markers here. And right, we're going to have I think we're just going to blaze away, I think, at the moment. I can't really. Firstly, do I want to risk the Americans trying? Actually, before I get on to the Germans, do I want to risk the Americans trying to recover their suppressed markers and draw in potentially some more fire? To be honest, I think I probably do. I need to be able to hold these back, and with them all being suppressed I can't get any spotting or anything at all, so I'm going to try this one by one. He's going to try and lose it. I'll do the 15 with a -3 again. 7 to 8. 31 or better to cause morale check. 13. Nope, he's made it. I can get rid of that. This guy will go, which means he can do it. Take that away. 7 with -1, 7 with no modifier. 31 or better. We need another morale check. For morale, 41 or less to survive. 64. Back he goes. Same with this guy. What do? I get a 43. So another morale check. 51. Back he goes. And this guy temporarily tries it. This time someone with +2 or 15. 15 with a net +2 is what we're going to, or -2. 25 better to get a morale check. 16, no, he's got away with it as well. So that's interesting. What are the Germans going to do? these, that means these two can, yeah, that's quite fortuitous for those. These are going to have a go as well, so they're going to draw. Oh, very cack-handed here. That goes away. That comes back down. 15. What's going to happen with him? 33. Okay, let's just check this one out. 15 was a -3, but a -2. 1, 2. 33 is a morale check, but these are pretty hot. 54 would have needed to break. Nope, they recovered as well. So that certainly helped them a lot on that front. And Germans, how are we going to react? We're going to have to take some of these guys out. I think we're going to have to risk. Well, those suppressed, they can't react anyway, and you can't react if you're fired on yourself. So who do I want to try and take out first? So I think we'll start with these guys. We're going to fire the tanks. 15 plus the mortars back here for another 11 for a 26. 26 with a -3. 21 will better to have some effect. 43 is a step loss. And then a morale check for 4. 23, he survives the morale check, but these are fired, so and these are fired, but they're immune from any overwatch. Now, am I ready to go in? He's 2 steps down. He's only got a morale. Oh no, we've got better morale than me, but he's got a he's got firepower of 3 against my 4, so he would be 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would be 9. But he's going to get another overwatch. I could have done with him being suppressed, really. I've got to go on with it. I'm going to go. So in we go. And let me just do a quick check. I'm not sure you can fire overwatch at him because he's fired before or not. Let me find out. No, he can fire. So final overwatch probably goes in. So that's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. He's moving, and it's a +2, so it's +4, 5 with a +4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 11 to 13. So he's got to get 23 or better. 55 he did. That's a step loss on the Germans here. Let's just see if they can they survive their morale check to get in. What is the morale? Morale of 3. So that's 4. Need to go 33 or less. Nope, they're suppressed. Bad move. Impatience, shouldn't have done that. Right. though I'm not going to try. I'm going to keep holding there to react to anybody who's fired. We need to do another SFA on these. Yep, I think we're going to have to. And I think we'll just pile up everybody we can get here. So 3 plus another 3 is 6, 15, 21. These can fire, which is in that 21, 25. And we've got a crossfire, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A crossfire situation on these guys as well. So 15, 22, 25. Sorry, I'm being daft here. 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, plus another 4 is 25. And the range 2, so we have +1. Plus 2 to the crossfires, plus 3, so that cancels out anything we have in there. So it's just a straight 25. 45. 45 is another step loss. Let's have a look. Is he still the biggest unit? 3. Yeah, it still is. So I need a. He's not the biggest unit anymore. And his morale now goes to 6 out of 5 because of the terrain, but he's in crossfire, so actually that goes up to 7. 23 suppressed. Could be a lot worse with that morale. So they're fired. They're fired. And they're fired. These guys are now in a position to start moving up. So 2, 4, 5, 6. And we want 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they can all do that. And make a move to get in. These guys, these are now suppressed. So the fire marker becomes irrelevant. Fire marker from there. It's an old one, where that came from. So now, I wonder if this is time to crunch in and do an overrun. So with the tanks and the infantry all moving together, 1, yeah, this is time. Let's do all this. Okay, 2, 3. So they can't do an overwatch because they lose the suppressed as I go in. And let's just put these down here so I can see they're both going in. So now I'm suppressed, so it's a simultaneous fire. I know these are moving, but I'll flip them so I can see all the details. So simultaneous fire for both of these. We've got 10 plus another 18 for the Germans. 18 for the Germans. Everything cancels out. So 18 with a plus 4, 2, 3, 4 is at the 33 to 40 range. 44 at that is a step loss. So very simultaneous, so we'll come back to do that in a minute. These guys, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 with a +4. This will affect mainly the infantry. 2, 3, 4. That's taken up to 21 to 25. 56 is a step loss against the infantry. So they got 1 each. And I can do anti-tank rolls. Anti-tank rolls, I've still got two steps left, so I can attack both the tanks. It's protective, which is 7, but they're with infantry, so that makes it 10. So 2 goes at 10. Nope, but unfortunately the AT roll of 3 means the Americans lose a step as well, so that goes to 4, which means the other step has to come off the one remaining. Put that right at the bottom. I think this should go to the bottom. Yep. Of those, the Germans, he loses a step as well. Let's put it back on. So now we look at morale. Morale's going to be pretty grim here. So that's 7 for the Americans. So 7. I think again on morale they ignore anything that's equally effective. So it's 7 on this. 41 out of 7 is a suppressed. They're gonna live to fight another day. He's going to be 4, 5, 42. He's equally suppressed as well. So they cancel each other out. So next round we've got 10, 13, 17 plus 2, 3, 4, 17 with a +4 is 54. 54 is 3 steps, which is dead. Everybody dead. Everyone's lost 1. That's so they get 1 last hurrah, which is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 2, 4 with a +4. Oh, 64 is 2 steps. So the Germans lose 2 steps as well. 2. So 3. No, actually, let's get rid of that. Now, if they've all wiped out, do they have to still make a morale check? Well, I presume they do, so let's just get rid of all these. Need the American box, so this is the 3rd, isn't it? So that's 1 in there. He counts as 1 straight away. These, I need to no, this is all part. No, they're all part of the same thing. So that's pretty disastrous from a morale point of view. That's 3 in the morale. And I'll need him for later. Actually, this could be very bad news for the Americans. This unit is down to 3. So his morale 45. Is only it would be part protective. It's suppressed. Just stays suppressed. He almost ran away. Actually, only he can be. They can all be suppressed. So that is a big dent, but they got in there. So that worked out pretty well. That's the end of that battle at that side. I now need to look at what we're going to do for the next two. Okay, let's now move on to the 1st Battalion attack up here, and I should start, I just realised I made a bit of a muck up. Fortunately for the Germans, I forgot that the tanks are only attacked if they're actually in the attack zone, and although I did a fast fire, the attack zone is only this hex, so their incredibly poor rolling that destroyed 3 of these was irrelevant because they shouldn't have been attacked anyway. So they're back on the board, which dramatically changes the situation at the top there. So they are going to celebrate their rebirth and pour in a fire at the platoon here. That's a 30 in total from the -3, but then a +1, which takes us up to 17 to 20 range. So, oh good grief, and that is a 3-step loss from this squad. Brutal. That's that gives it a morale check of, oh actually, let's get that, machine gun, actually the first one goes to there, the second one don't want to spread, in fact I will spread that, so I won't have that there. I will give 1 step loss to the machine gun and a 2-step loss to the squad, because at least it will minimise the morale, but it's pretty bad. That gives it morale of 4. There's also battalion morale of 1 now because of the losses down here, so that makes it up to 5, and a 4 needs 33 or less to avoid being suppressed. Oh good grief, paralysed. That is not what the doctor ordered for the Americans. Right, so we're going to respond to that then. Firstly, so they're paralysed. Right, I think it's time to move in for the kill then. So he's going in. That'd be 2, 3. No chance of any overwatch fire. This guy would be blocked, so we're straight into the assault. One of the interesting things here is normally in an assault you would remove the any suppress marker but not a paralysed, so that gives the attacker the first fire on this. So that's 4, 9. 9, ignore any equal things, so there's no -3, so that's +4, but then all targets are suppressed or paralysed, so that's -2, so that's the 14 or 16 range for the attacker. 54. It goes from bad to worse, so another step loss for the Americans, which means the squad's the largest figure, so it's, no, that's going to be gone, and they have to, they're up to 3. Let's quickly goes. There's got to be a better way of manipulating these, but some of the normal vassal commands don't seem to always work on this one. So here's morale, so morale check first. That's 5, 6. 11 to 25, 25, no further effect. Actually no, hang on, he's paralysed. That makes the morale a 6, so another suppressed result. And it says paralysed units which receive a suppressed result during a round of assault combat must conduct a save yourself retreat, losing half their steps rounded up. Paralysed. So we're into a save yourself retreat situation with the Americans. So let's have a look. So he had 2 left in the squad. That's now going to be 4, so it loses 1. But you round up for the other one. So let's just move him out of the way again. Not paralysed for a minute. So save yourself retreat. They've got to move away, and away they go. Oh no, let's do them all together. So they would go 1. I'm just trying to think if anybody could fire at them, but these are both fired, so they can't. Don't believe the guys in the assault can actually shoot at them, so it's going to be 1, 2. I think we're going to need to get all these completely out of the way. Leaves him in charge of the hex, and another chunk of Schmidt has fallen, and that's in a bad old way. Okay, so now I know these don't actually have a shot round here. I think these are going to have to manoeuvre for the kill. So this is just, this can't make anti-tank rolls, so I think I may have been a bit silly here. Let's take these guys out. So these are going to go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for an assault into here, and it's going to be, well, 15 and the open 15 with a +4 shift takes up to 33 to 40. 62 is 4 steps. Oh god, that was a mistake. Right. Finished. Where's the US player? Is it there? So that is now 3 in there, so that's battalion morale of 2. That's finished. It's finished. These can now move in for the kill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot those were actually full squads. No, that's not a too clever way of doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. To there, and to there, and keep him up in reserve if need be. That's all moving in nicely. We've moved these, so the last lot to assault is going to be these guys up here. This may be quite painful, but let's take it through. So he's got to move up first, moving in. He's going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 with no modifier, or actually 8 with a +2, because there is 11 to 13, so 23 or more to have some effect. 25 is a morale check. He's have a morale of 2, and then partly protective. So as long as I can get 53 or less, I'm okay. I can. That's handy. So next up is this guy. Again, it'll be this one as well. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 again. 8, no effect, but that does allow us to do the advancing fire now. What have I got? I've got the option of 8. No, it's going to be better. 5, 8 on this hex. 8, and it's partly protective, so that's going to be a -2. So I need 36 or better to get at least a morale check. Nope, ineffective. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Right, so those are set up there. I'm going to go no further for next time. This unit is 3, and we can 4, 5. Move this one just up in reserve for that point of view. So we can potentially see if we can breach the minefield and break in this way now. So now we've moved things out of the way. That concludes actually what started off looking like a bit of a annoying turn for the Germans. It's turned out to be much more successful. So that's the end of this turn, and on to the next.